For today's recipe, of course, you'll need some salmon. This is just wild Atlantic salmon from Whole Foods. The best thing is that every store is sold out of ground beef. They're sold out of chicken. It's like impossible to get chicken at this point. But salmon, for some reason, is still in stock. It might be the price point, but you can buy a bunch of it and you can freeze it. That's actually what I did. I bought about 3 pounds, so I'm gonna portion it out and then put it in freezer bags. I think it's better that way than the ones that are already pre-frozen. Especially be really careful with certain grocery stores because some of the salmon comes from other countries. It's a little bit of a smaller cut. It'll be darker in color, just a little bit off. This is really, really fresh. My personal favorite is just the one from Whole Foods. If you go there, they can help you pick out a good one. And they're still in stock, which is fantastic. It's packed with omegas, and this one is just so rich and buttery. I eat salmon a lot because it's really good for your cognitive health, your brain, your immunity. It's just good all around for you to incorporate this into your diet. And if you're scared to cook with it, which I know a lot of people are, they're either intimidated by it or they think it's going to be too much to clean up their kitchen afterwards. It is really, there's no possible way to screw it up. It's no fuss, easy to cook, easy to clean up. It's a complete breeze. If I'm going to have a bunch of people over or do like a dinner party or something, usually I'll make it this way because it's stress-free. Let me put it to you that way. There's literally just one ingredient and people will always ask, oh my gosh, what is that seasoning? And I'm like, it's not really a secret, it's just one thing. So you guys are gonna find out that secret today, and it's very easy. To make the mango salsa, you'll need a red pepper, red onion, jalapeno pepper, you can use poblano if they're out of stock, mango, some lime, fresh cilantro, and then basmati or jasmine rice. Okay, so I'm just gonna dry the salmon off, just pat it a little bit with a towel because it's so oily. It does tend to have a little bit more moisture on the top, so I just like to pat it dry. That way all your ingredients will really kind of stick and seal to the salmon when you cook it. So what I do first is poke a fork. I don't know if this is like frowned upon by actual cooks or if anybody does this, but I just find that it comes out so much better when I do this. And it's just something I do every single time that I make salmon. I feel like it just really allows the flavor to just get all the way from the top to the bottom so you can really taste everything. So really easy marinade here. I'm gonna take this little cup, add in some extra virgin olive oil, add in some fresh squeezed lime, mix the olive oil and the lime together a little bit, and we're just gonna pour that right on top. And I know I got it all over the place because I'm trying to hold the camera and show you guys this at the same time. But I'm pretty generous with it. I'm a little heavy with the hands when I put the Old Bay on there. Then we're just gonna bake that at 425 until it's crispy on the outside and cooked all the way through. I like it cooked all the way through. That might be why some people don't like it, because when you go to a restaurant, they tend to cook it on the more of a rare side, especially at steakhouses. I know like the Capitol Grill, they serve it almost rare when you go to get it. I don't like it like that. I like it to be cooked very well done. My preference, but you know, do your thing. It's your kitchen, do your thing. We're gonna pop that in the oven and then it's gonna bake. You can either do it this way or you could just go around the outside of the mango, cut the little squares and then just pop them on in. I know that they're completely uneven. Knife skills are not exactly my forte, but it's gonna be delicious. All right, guys, so for the mango salsa, we have our usual suspects here. We have our diced mango, some finely chopped red bell pepper, really, really finely chopped jalapeno and garlic. You want to make it a little bit kid-friendly, so don't go too crazy with the jalapeno. Some red onions that are also very finely chopped. Fresh lime juice, and everything, I know I didn't really measure, is about a teaspoon or so for the garlic and the jalapeno. And then for everything else, I just use 1 mango and 1 red bell pepper. I really don't, that's why I'm not a good baker. I don't like to measure. Just do not like to, you just go with a feeling. It's just a feeling when you cook. I'm gonna add fresh cilantro. I chopped it really, really fine, and I go light on the cilantro because it's just begging for it. It needs cilantro, but it doesn't need the cilantro to be the star of the show, if you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I mean, right? Not everybody is the biggest cilantro fan, but it just needs like a little touch, a little bit of green in there so we have some color. And then I like to add in, and grab this here, just about a spoonful of white sugar. I know that sounds strange, but if you think about it, like when you guys make a fruit salad or, you know, fresh berries, and you put the sugar on top and you let it sit and kind of macerate, it just really brings out the sugar of the fruit. So this is gonna, of course, do the same thing. I like to let this sit on the counter or in the fridge when I'm cooking the salmon, so then that way the sugar from the mango really starts to come out, and then it gets really sweet. So you get that sweet with that little bit of pop from the jalapeno, the red onion, the garlic, and then just a tiny, tiny, itty bitty, subtle, subtle hint of cilantro. Right, then I'm just gonna make the rice. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt, about a teaspoon or so. It doesn't need that much. Usually when I have rice, I'll add some rice wine vinegar and a little bit of soy sauce to it, so that's gonna add salt too. We're gonna let that come to a boil. Can you guys see how juicy the salsa came out? And that's from adding just that little pinch of sugar. Makes it so juicy and delicious, sweet. Quick tip for rice: if you want to do it a little bit different, you can take a ramekin, put all of your cooked rice in it, kind of pat it down with a spoon a little bit so it sticks together, and then just give it a gentle little pat. Ta-da.